And the Food Forest at Bluenose Academy is a project that is just physically launched this past spring, and it is going underway. We're about to start the next phase right this fall. So to our knowledge, this is the first schooner-based food forest in Nova Scotia. I think there are lots of other food forests and there are lots of schools, and lots of gardens at schools, but this is maybe a little bit different. So we're pretty excited about it. And we approached the school a couple of years ago and pitched this idea that we grow a food forest there because it works really well. A food forest is a perennial way of growing food. It's been used in Indigenous cultures around the world and still is used in many places. It grows food for humans and wildlife. And it's not just things you plant every year, but they're perennials that grow trees, fruits, shrubs, and ground covers and so on. So our idea was that we would like to enhance the community and the school through this project by bringing in active learning, producing food, doing something positive for the environment, and connecting the community. So we really say this project is about learning, playing, eating, and connecting. And we're having a lot of fun. As I said, we just launched in the spring, and already we're really bringing together a lot of people to participate in this project. So it's kind of a grassroots thing. We're figuring it out together. I'm not an expert, but we do have lots and lots of help. So here are the two areas that the school identified. As you can see, it's a mowed lawn, and the kids would run around on it, but they're not very well used areas. So we're working on the left-hand side area right now. It's they call it the bus loop. The buses go around, and it's sort of an island. Our plan is to, as you can see, we've got a few areas. We installed the fruit and nut orchard this past spring. We're just in the process now of starting to prepare for wheelchair accessible paths. You can see those sort of the big path that goes from the top and across the bottom. And we're about to install also a native Wabanaki forest. So it's a forest that would be native to the region. It's an endangered forest. And we're going to put all the plants that would be part of that forest together. And then also we have the third area, which we'll get to next year, is a lawn naturalization study area, which we're excited about. So one of our core values is inclusion, and we really love that we've had so many volunteers participate, all ages. We've had students involved, and even math class coming out and measuring things where we should put the fence and the stakes and the trees and so on. Rosemary Lonas from Helping Nature Heal has been huge help, as has Sean Feener, who's a Mi'kmaq education coordinator for the South Shore. He gave us our name for the forest and also helped us launch things and has been advising us from the very beginning on Mi'kmaq traditions and respect for the land and just how we approach it. So respect is another core value, and just this week and next week, for example, we're out with the classes. The kids are coming into the food forest, and we're talking about how do we want to be in the forest and how do we have respect when we're around plants and nature. And the kids really get it, and it's just so wonderful to do that. So the learning is happening at school level, also in the community. And as we get the forest installed, we hope to then be able to transfer some of our energy into really animating this physical feature through the community and through learning together. As you can see, it's already starting to look transformed. It's amazing what can happen in such a short period of time with a lot of helping hands. And over time, we hope that this will really become a very lush green space full of food that is going to go to the school, and any surplus would go to places like Lunenburg Food Bank. We have fall activities coming up. Just working on getting those nailed down. But we'll be having learn and work parties again, and hoping that we'll have a great turnout like we did in the spring with the community coming out and actually physically installing this together. It's really important that we have that sense of community ownership. We also are looking forward to this winter really putting in some tools to help the teachers connect their curriculum to learning that they can do in the food forest. So things like the Mi'kmaq calendar, as well as a nature's calendar, that looks at the cycles and observations and activities. As I mentioned, food for humans and non-humans, and this is really great for the kids to learn. There's such a range of knowledge that the kids have, and then they take that home. And we've had the experience of kids coming in to work with us, and they say, oh, I heard that from my sister or brother at supper last night because their class was here yesterday. So as I said, this is a community resource, and everybody is welcome except the deer and pets. So please come anytime and close the gate when you leave, and we hope to see you there.